Oh, really?
The what?
El Pastor.
El Pastor.
Is it L or Al?
Probably L.
Do we know?
L-E-L.
Oh, I thought it was Al.
Yeah, see?
Like Alan.
Isn't it useful to take like a, Spanish in high school instead of sign language? Freaking loser.
Dude, sign language is beautiful, okay?
Dude, my Spanish teacher was a janitor. Not even lying.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've used sign language on a scene.
You really?
Have you?
I have. Pays off, okay? How many times have you spoke Spanish?
A few.
Oh, all right.
Pretty terribly, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just listen to Pedro talk Spanish, and then I get all hot and bothered.
What?
What?
2181, engine 14, engine 4, squad 1, truck 1, structure fire.
We got West Fire out on a fire at the West Fertilizer plant. They just advised that something exploded.
Well, guys, welcome to episode 7. I can't believe we're already at 7, honestly. It's kind of gone by fast and slow at the same time.
Yeah.
But welcome to episode 7. We're glad you are back and still watching or listening. We're going to talk about station life today and just kind of just what it is to be a firefighter at a fire station, and whether we're doing pranks or really mainly pranks. We like to scare people a lot or scare each other a lot and give each other a hard time. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Shout out our sponsors real fast. So we've got Salty Ladder Apparel Company. He's a firefighter-owned company. We actually work with him. He makes logos and different stuff like that. He made our banner behind us, and really, if you have an idea, you can shout him out or hit him up in the link below, and he can make whatever you want. I don't really know if you've seen our shirts or not. Really paid attention to that, but we do have shirts. We don't have them for sale yet. We are working on that. So if you would like a shirt or if you would like some merch or something like that, drop a comment or something that you would be interested in that. We'll try to get that going. So the glasses that you see there, it's Frontline Optics, another sponsor of ours. They are a first responder sunglasses company. They provide sunglasses for anybody who wants them. If you pay $12, you can get a new pair if they break or anything like that. No questions asked. Also, proceeds of the sales go to the children who have lost parents in the line of duty. So hit them up for that. And if you use discount code ENGINE, you can get 15% off a pair. So link is below on that also. So, but yeah, so just kind of getting dived down into it.
Getting dived down into it.
Getting wet.
Yeah. So, Nate, I know that I've worked with you and before. It's been a little bit, and me and Heath work together now. But what does a normal day at the firehouse look like?
So normally when we get there in the morning, we'll do our truck checks, make sure everything's squared away, and then we'll have like a morning meeting. We'll sit down as a crew, have some coffee, a little breakfast, whatever, and then Lieutenant will tell us what the day looks like. We have like station duties, chores, shit like that we'll have to do, and then we'll usually try to plan out a training. But here lately, that hasn't been going as planned, just because
it's station 1.
Yeah,
Yep.
Just
The
other
big
tasks
house
arise, and then that gets put back to the burn, unfortunately. But we try to do a training every day, whether it be in our gear or an EMS training or even a classroom training, something like that. So usually after that morning meeting's done, we'll start our chores, get as much done as we can, and then we usually run to the store, get stuff for supper or lunch. My shift is we're all kind of on somewhat of a diet kick, so everybody kind of has their own stuff that they get. So we eat together, but we don't like one person doesn't prepare a meal for the whole crew. So
Do you like that or no?
honestly, I'm okay with it, just because it's kind of like that way you're not having to try to please every single person. You're kind of not worried about well, I hope this meal I make everybody's okay with, whatever. Just you're kind of just cooking for yourself, so it's okay. At first it was a little weird, but I mean, it got to the point to where it was like Lieutenant was on a diet and another guy was, and so it was just cooking for 2 guys. So it kind of got expensive. So it was just kind of like, well, I guess we're all gonna just get on something. So
Right.
so it kind of felt like that. And
I assume y'all still like eat together.
oh yeah, of course, yeah. No, we sit down at the table and eat together and talk shit, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just we don't like
Eat the same thing.
exactly.
Gotcha.
So like I said, we'll go to the store, get our groceries, we'll come back, and then by that time it is lunch. So we'll do that, eat lunch, chill out for a little bit after that, and then we'll either go do our training or we'll get back to our chores, and then vice versa if whatever needs to get done. Then about 4:30, 5 o'clock hits, and we'll get ready to work out. And we'll work out and then go cook supper and then finish off the clean the kitchen up, and then hang out, watch TV. Some guys will step away, call their spouses, and tell their kids good night and all that good stuff. Then that's pretty much it. Oh, then run calls in between all that. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Here lately, we actually been running quite a bit of calls, thankfully.
We don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well, I say that we have no calls during the day and then just
Dude,
wake
yeah.
up all through the night.
Yeah, wake
That's
up.
been the past 2 tours. Like, I've been trying to catch up on sleep these past tours off or whatever. It's
Same.
just,
Yeah.
yeah. But,
I even called it the other night with Rustin. We were like watching we were trying to finish the last episode of Peaky Blinders, the finale. And what is that? That's taken us 6 months to get through that show.
good night.
Well, we watched like 1 or 2
Then
per
Cap's like,
shift.
Yeah.
Old Larry Yalls, he's like, it's time to go bed, boy.
Yeah, like at 8:30. Geriatric.
No, but I was like, watch, we haven't got anything all day, and we're about to get some bullshit. And
Well, you said like a code or something, and it was that.
no, that night I didn't call what it was,
Oh,
but I
okay.
was like, it's gonna be dumb.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
it
right.
was
Yeah. You
just a giant bonfire that we
Bonfire.
could see from like 6 miles away.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was like 100 drunk people there, and we're continuing to blow fireworks up above our heads the whole
Hell
time.
yeah. Oh, that's what that video that Weston sent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that actually was a cool video.
It was
It was
cool,
really
but
cool.
it was also really dumb.
It
Yeah.
was really dumb.
We were pretty over it pretty quick.
Yeah.
What came in is a structure fire from a firework lit the roof on fire, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
we saw it from
Yeah.
a long way away, and we were like, "Damn, it really did catch the
We were
roof
like,
on fire."
okay, this is the real deal. Okay. And then they were like, oh, it's a control burn. I was like, dude, no way.
It
No
was
way it's a control burn.
huge.
But it was
It was huge.
just a freaking huge control burn.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Raising hell, praising Dale.
No, Heath, what's a day look like for us?
Oh, boy. No, basically the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
Pretty much same.
get there, get all of our shit on the truck, make sure the truck's good, and we normally have morning coffee, sit down, talk about the day, really just try to, like, milk Cap, be like, hey, what are we doing for the day?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
While he's sitting there, he's like, look at that. But, no, I'm just
I
Kinda.
love Cav, dude. It's so funny.
no. We get everything lined out, what we're going to do for the day, and then hop on all that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, pretty much same. We'll do
pretty much.
if we're gonna do a gear training. Usually, we try to do it in the mornings.
Yeah.
It's freaking
Especially how hot it's been.
ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't. And then we'll do EMS training or maps with the new guy, or
Oh, yeah.
just if we don't get anything done, we'll go out and do
We've had
mask up drills.
variety
so.
later. Like, we've had a variety here lately of
Yeah.
either EMS, and then the next day, of that tour, we'll do fire. Like, we were crawling around in the classroom with all of our
Mhm.
gear. We'll just flip all the tables around and do a bunch of stuff up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so really we don't have to go to Station 1. I mean,
Yeah.
because most of the time we end up over there for 6 hours.
That's true. That's very true.
It's typical Cap, dude. We're going to be here for 30 minutes, and then it's like 3 hours later.
Yep.
He knows what he's...
He knows.
what
He
we're
knows.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
knows.
Does it on purpose at
A lot
this
of
point.
people know what we're
Yeah.
talking about, actually.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Weird.
right now he's like, all right, y'all can move on to the next subject. Get off me.
Now, Station 1 actually came over and had
Yeah.
lunch with us
Mhm.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks ago, I don't know, maybe it was a month or two ago, we went over and played basketball
Played
for
basketball.
like 3 hours. is
Yeah.
Station 1.
I won.
Station one,
I won,
guys.
by the way. Just
Rustin did win.
I did
he
win.
pulled it out of his ass.
that's the first and only time I'll ever win in basketball. So I'm
Hell yeah,
not gonna
dude.
really. I'm
It's
gonna
just
harp on it pretty hard right
it's
now.
just
but-
ridiculous out there, man.
It
Like,
is.
we were like full on tackling each other. Like it was absurd.
Ransom plays and he's just like a big refrigerator, just running over everybody.
Can't dribble at all. Just holds it and runs. It's like, Ransom, this is basketball, not football.
Because we hit a point where all of
You
us were
behemoth.
like, okay, Justin's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's all go for him. So
So true.
Nice.
But
Oh,
no,
man.
we have a good time. Our crew, our station. I kind of like being at Station 2. It's a
Mhm.
slower station, smaller station.
It's smaller. It feels like a firehouse to me. Like it has that firehouse
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah. There's no windows in that place.
There is
But-
no. So you don't know what
Lucky for
time it
you.
is.
I know, and I hate it because everyone always turns out the lights and stuff, and I'm like, it's bad enough we don't have windows in this place.
Yeah.
Like, at least get some artificial light in this mother.
Hell yeah. So do y'all have a training that y'all have done in the past or here lately with your rookie that's been pretty memorable, pretty funny?
Funny? I wouldn't necessarily say funny.
How is he doing, by the way?
I think he's doing great.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's doing great. Yeah, we had it was kind of a search training, kind of a. There's a victim in there, and so you go in and we weren't blacked out or anything, and Cap went in and he said I can see victim across the
yeah.
room. So it was get to him, but then Cap went off and searched and went down. So it was kind of
2 in 1 kind of.
what are you gonna do?
I got you.
Which decision are you gonna make?
Mm.
It was a good learning.
What did he go for? The victim?
So well, it was me and Ivan and Cap, and so once Cap went down, I kind of took over.
I got you.
Which was weird. And he talked about it was just that click. Like I know my officer's down, now it's me, and I've got to decide. And so I wouldn't know if it necessarily made a wrong decision. I would probably do it differently.
I would say you did the courageous thing, which
Yeah.
is he tried to save everybody.
Yeah. So I tried
Yeah.
I had Ivan get the victim out, but then I realized, well, I just let him go off by himself.
Oh, dude.
And so, but I was fully prepared to die with Cap right there, though.
Yeah.
He was.
And so, but it was good. It was learning. It was a good learning opportunity
You
for
fucking
sure.
hero.
Dude, I'm telling you.
So there's one. I'm not gonna name this person because I don't.
Am I in it?
You were there.
Oh, okay.
Because you whispered in my ear what happened.
Oh,
So
that was actually.
I
kinda
can't
funny.
remember.
I thought of that one today, actually.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
Eddie?
yeah.
Okay. So we're running a RIT training with a couple of new volunteers. One of I think we had the two new volleys, and then one seasoned guy in one crew. It was a three-man crew with those two new guys too.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them was, I want to say this was like their second or third scenario. So we're kind of trying to get the reps in, right? So we're this time we're like, okay, what was that?
That was one
Oh,
of those.
we're like, okay, so this time you're gonna carry the bag. He's like, okay, I got it. Like, good deal. So he understands the process of what the bag means, right? So I think me and you were like spectating, kind of leading it at this point. So, okay, here's your scenario. Go basically. So they went in and they searched for a while. It took them a minute to find the victim, which was a down fireman, obviously. They get to the victim, and I'm standing in the doorway or something like that, and then Rustin comes up next to me and whispers, "He forgot the bag." And I said, "He what?" And I turn around and he goes, "Yeah, he forgot the bag," and just starts dying laughing. And I turn around to the guy who was supposed to have the bag, and he did not have the bag.
It was way outside the door. He didn't even bring it to the door.
Yeah.
And he was like, I swear I brought that thing up there. I'm like,
Yeah, so
nope.
oh, it was Ransom that was with them because he lost his shit.
Yeah.
So they get to the victim, and Ransom calls out, "Hey, I got the victim. Come up here." So that guy who's supposed to have the bag comes up, and Ransom goes, "All right, hook him up. I'm gonna find us an exit." So he walks off, and then that guy's just sitting there,
He just
knelt down at the victim, just sitting there. And then I think you went up to him and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he goes, I don't even, what did he say?
He was like, I don't know. And I was like, where's your rip bag? And he was like, I think I left it. I go, I think you did. So I was like, better go find it. And so he came out to the house. I think we called the scenario.
No, they drug him out.
Maybe I think I brought him up to the door, brought the rip bag to the door.
You did?
And I just so he could get it and go back and do what he needed to do.
Man, I could have sworn.
I don't remember it 100%, but
see, the way I thought it happened was Ransom became aware of it because someone told him, and he lost his shit. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, rightfully so. Lost
Yeah.
his shit. And so he just said, we're just going to have to take him out. So they went back the way they came because he was like he was hurrying at this point. So they're just dragging this guy out, which that's what I thought happened. But I guess that...
Well, I'm pretty sure we found that window.
Okay.
Got him out Denver drill style.
Okay. So then I think they just hiked him out a window.
Because that's what they did to me when I was down firefighter, and they ripped off it was my brand new gear, and it ripped off
your glove clip or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, no, that one was really funny because
funny.
we were just at that after he told me he forgot the bag, and just to see the chaos ensue after that. It was so funny.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And then he gets out and he's like, I swear I brought that in. And we're like, nope, it's right there still. You did not move it from that spot.
I don't think I brought the whip bag. I think we just made him get him out.
Yeah.
I didn't hook him up or anything.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened because I remember I was giving him shit about it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that's like a example training that we talk about with new guys is like, hey, don't forget the bag because this happened.
Yeah.
So, but
it can happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he learned a lot from that. Hopefully. He was probably pretty embarrassed.
Dude,
it was funny.
That's how you learn the best.
And we don't let him forget it either.
Yeah.
It was really funny. So do you got one?
So I'll share with you my least favorite. That was just kind of funny.
Okay, that'll work.
And it'll make sense why. So we're in the Denver drill prop, right?
Ooh.
I'm a small framed fellow, right? So this dude was like, yeah, I'll rescue Heath. And I was like, okay. This was like my fourth time being the victim, mind you. So I'm a little beat up, right?
Yep.
Which is fine. So I get in there, and they were just talking about a way that someone had done it in the past that it was like way easier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they start trying to do that to me. So basically, your head's at the window, and how we train is like you have to orient them, flip them back the other way, convert their harness, blah, blah, blah. Right. So they convert my harness, and then they're like, I'm going to flip him like feet towards the window.
Oh,
okay.
gosh.
So we have the guy on the window who is Seth standing on a chair, right? And they start, like, he picks me up. Immediately, I'm just on my head. Like, I'm already like, this is not good. So I'm just headstand on my head. So I'm already taking a beating pretty well. And they pass my legs over the windowsill, and my kneecaps are like on the windowsill.
Oh,
right
no.
then, the chair that Seth is standing on breaks.
Oh, no.
Breaks. He lands on my legs. Also, I fall in back on my head hard. And, yeah, I think that they were like, okay, that's we'll call this one.
We're done for the day.
And it was just kind of one of those, like, afterwards I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, that was crazy.
Of course it was.
But,
yeah, I was in the middle of it.
no, honestly, it's hard to say because I just love all the trainings where you can just get your gear on, get it sweaty.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, y'all know I love flowing water.
Mm-hmm.
Anything engine operation-wise, I'm all about.
Yeah.
But
Like a caveman.
oh, okay, so we were doing a training. Okay, now I remember what I was going to say.
All over the fucking place.
Okay, I'll make sure that he listens to this episode. But so we were going and testing a plug at the school in our response area, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And then we were like, man, this is a bad plug. Let's turn this into a training and let's go show you a really good plug. And he was like, all right.
I know exactly. Who
So
you're
we
talking
drive over there, we convoy over there, right? And we pull up to this plug, and we're like, all right, catch this hydrant. You know, we got to sign this off in your task book anyway.
about. Mhm.
At the first hydrant, when he was opening it, we told him, we were like, don't stand in front of those caps, because
Yeah.
sometimes they have a tendency to blow off. Or it's
I
like,
know where this is going.
it's like a safety issue, right? And He's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And we're like, okay, yeah. Like, it's something that we've never seen before,
Yeah.
but we say it because we were all taught that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, we get to this plug, and we start flowing some water out of it when he's testing it, and it is a really good plug. And, like, I think the residual on it was, like, because we had, like, the hydrant testing kit with us. I think the residual on this was, like, 120.
Oh.
So,
Jeez.
it was really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was an industrial.
Wow.
It was at an
Wow.
industrial complex. So,
Mm.
well, on this 2.5 cap on this, there's just a little drip, just. Boop, boop. And I don't know what possessed him to be like, I need to take care of that. But he stepped right in front of that cap, and he just, I mean, he put the hydrant wrench on there, and it just went, and it just blew off. So
Oh
I'm
my
standing there,
God.
and firemen are awful if emergencies happen to other firemen.
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way,
Mhm.
like I don't know what it is, but like,
It's just funny.
because the first thing I was like, oh, I don't want to get my glasses wet. So I just turned around. Same thing, like if it's raining, I don't know what it is. I've been wearing glasses since I was like 7. I just look at the ground because I don't want to get my glasses wet. I don't know why. But that's what happened. It blew up. I was like, oh, don't want to get them wet. Turned around. I turned back. This person is no longer there. I don't know where he is. There's just a wall of water. And probably, I don't know, probably like 1,000 GPM coming out of there. I mean, it's just
Jesus.
roaring. I have no idea where he is. We're all just standing there. We all watched this happen. And we are all still standing with our hands in our pockets. I finally look over, and there is this. His name is Clay. You probably all know him. He almost went to the MOB, but
Dang.
Really
try to find his rookie card. No, I just see Clay lying in the ditch, just soaking wet. His eyes are like saucers, dude, like huge, and he is just like does not understand what's going on. And we reach over and we're like, give us the hydrant wrench. And he just hands us the cap, which I don't know how he even found it. And we're
blew
like,
into his
hey,
hand.
what are we supposed to do with
He
this?
caught it, dude.
Yeah.
We almost went to MLB. He caught it.
That's right. But, yeah, and then we finally turned it off, and we were all just sitting there, like, in awe of what just happened.
God.
And then one of our officers, he was like, I told you not to stand in front of that. I remember I was in Tinder by myself, and I was wheezing all the way home. Like, I could not breathe going back to the station, just reliving that. Sometimes still, at night, you know, I'm, like, in my bed, and I'll just think about that happening
That
again.
is so
and it is.
freaking funny.
God.
I heard about that like right after it happened.
Yeah, I know. I heard that once we got on a shift with them.
I told everybody. Like, anyone I saw after that, I was like, you're never going to guess what happened. He came to work the next day, and I mean, huge bruise on his leg.
Oh, dude.
Dude, that is
Career ending.
He
You
still
remember-
works for us.
Yeah,
You,
he
you
did
remember
in his
that?
career.
You remember that training that it was the like trying to keep yourself oriented to where you are and like trying to get people out of big box.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
When I lost my mind.
Yes.
That one's funny now. In the moment, I wanted to murder everybody.
That one was actually really funny, and because I really believe that I was giving you good directions. You just weren't finding anything.
Well,
And so,
I don't think that's true. But
and so,
So were you like guiding him?
it
or
was
what?
like radio communications, like where you have to go around and like go to the southwest wall, and then you'll go up from there and you'll find a axe or whatever. And
yeah, you're trying to get this one particular fireman out of the big box. So like what normally what happens is
you
like
have a map. drawn out.
The guy who, like Rustin, in this particular training, he had a map of like, okay, here's a halligan, here's an axe, a hook, so on. And I'm plopped somewhere random. And I'm blacked out. I can't see anything. And I radio to him and say, hey, mayday, 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 I'm lost, whatever. So he goes, I'm going to try and self-extricate. And so then he takes over and says, okay, try to find a wall. So then I go find a wall, and then I try to say which direction I'm in. Usually you get pretty disoriented. They spin you around, whatever, get you dizzy.
Yeah.
So you go until you find something. I say, okay, I found a halligan. And he goes, okay, I know where you are. So then you have to find like 5 objects before you can leave, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reliving.
You reliving it?
I'm reliving the ending.
Yeah, no, I'm reliving the entire thing. So, and this is where I went wrong. We have done this training multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple times. And every single time we all get it done like fairly quickly. I was pretty confident going in. I'm like, man, do this all the time. This is
Not
gonna be
this time.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a walk in the park. Psych. So I find like 1 or 2 items, and then shit hit the fan. And I'm getting like just lost and disoriented. I think I'm not, but I'm just getting furious. In my mind, and also my lieutenant now was there, walking next to me the entire time.
He thought Michael was moving stuff as he was getting to it.
Because he was laughing the entire time. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, he's messing with me. And like, the Halligan's right there. And I'm like reaching for it, going in that direction. And he keeps pulling it away. And I'm just like crawling. You know what I mean?
That was not happening. But that's
no, it wasn't. But I was ready to like take my shit off and start fighting. I was getting so mad.
So then he gets his bell's going off. He's like almost out of air. And so finally he gets out. And I walk in the room and I go, God damn, Nate couldn't find anything. As he's so freaking mad, and he just looks at me, and that's the first time I ever thought Nate was about to hit me. And I was just trying not to
You're
die
like,
laughing.
oh.
I was like, well, he really got mad. He was like, he said some choice words.
Yeah, I said not right now. Way more colorful.
And just walked out.
Yeah, no. I went home that night. I was seeing black spots. I was so pissed. Dude, I was furious.
That's concerning.
Yeah, no. I haven't been that mad in a long
I
time.
got so mad it gave you glaucoma.
Yeah, no, it's funny now, but in the moment, dude, I was ready to fight. I was furious.
Yeah, it was great.
Those are always great.
Yeah.
That's basically...
The one thing I did learn from it, though, was there was a point when he was saying, like, my air was getting real low. I was, like, slow ringing. And I was like, I'm just ready to be done. Mm-hmm. Like, I was about to say, I'm done. I just take all my shit off. But I was like, no, you can't. Because if I quit here, I'm going to quit on a real scene.
Right. Yeah.
But, so that was a good little... That was the one thing I think positive I took from that, other than I wanted to murder Rustin and everybody else there. But
yeah, man, there is sometimes it's just like I think if you train real enough, sometimes in those scenarios, like it feels real. Like like we were saying in that scenario we did the other day.
Like for a split,
I've also I turn into a different person sometimes.
I'm serious. For a split second, I was like, I'm ready to die right now. Like I was in it. And and it wasn't even that big of a deal. Like it wasn't even that bad one, but I was in it. And yeah, I like those though. Really put some into perspective.
Yeah, that's basically any confined space or anything like that. Yeah. I just get mad.
Oh yeah,
like
oh yeah,
pretty furious honestly.
Dude.
At inanimate objects most of the time. But if anyone talks to me that's not like beneficial to what's going on, like I'll just tell them. I'm like, how about you shut the hell up right now, okay? You don't know what it's like where I'm at right now. Yeah. I'm going to die.
So a couple of years back, I think it was in 21, did you do that RIT training?
Yes.
Okay. So that particular training, you know how it was like, there was like 3 different stations and you were just going one after another. And the third station was the wire box. And at the end of that wire box, it was the whole 16-inch studs.
I saw a picture of Heath in that wire from that point of view down to. Did it 90 degree?
No,
that was a different one. Okay. But so this one is just a regular wire box. There was way more wires in it. Like it's so. The department I worked for previously before this one, I helped build these boxes. And so I was terrified from the get-go because he's like, you're going through this. And I was like, oh.
You're like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But anyway, so the wires made an X, and then there was a loop on all 4 sides. Yeah, dude, it was like, how are you supposed to get through that?
Jesus.
Somehow everybody made it through. But at the end of that box, it was a 16-inch studs, and then there's a piece of drywall in it. So you had to break through that and then crawl through. After you've gone through after you've gone through 2 other stations that were also extremely exhausting. You're blacked out the entire time too, by the way.
No, I got hired on right after that class.
Yeah, and I remember, because you're talking about getting pissed at, other objects. I got through that drywall. Like, there was moments I would be like hitting the drywall, trying to get it through, and I would just lay there. I was just so exhausted, so tired. And then they're in there like, keep going. And I'm like, just give me a minute. So I'm laying there, and I get more energy. I break through. I finally get through, and I get through, and I just start kicking the shit out of this box. I mean, I'm like moving it, and then my old officer goes, Nate, stop kicking the box. But dude, I was the same way. I know exactly what you're saying. Is
you
I
like
just
literally throw a tantrum.
Yeah. Yeah, just switching a different gear, man. I just started kicking the shit out of this box.
Oh my God.
I almost broke it. Then I was like, sorry. I'm sorry. I completed that. I'm good. But anyway.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, that training was,
I heard it was rough.
That class was 3 days of suck.
Yeah, I heard it was awful.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough.
I gotta, I think it taught a lot of people what they hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they
Along
hate
with
really.
other things.
Yeah.
I know we didn't do a bunch of that stuff for a long time after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But, talking about station life, but y'all got any good pranks loaded up? Or?
I almost got one pulled on me. Like when I first started. It was old Hamby.
Which one?
He was like, "Hey, I need you to. It's getting time for winter, so I need you to go let out the winter air from all the tires on the engine, and we'll fill them up with warm air." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, the winter air, man. It's cold. The tires go flat. We gotta fill them up. So just go ahead and go let all the air out of those tires on the engine." And I was like, "For real? Like right now? Like we're on shift right now. What if we get a call?" And he's like, "I'll be all right." And I was like, I walked out the door, and then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. And so I turned around and I went back in there, and he was just laughing, and I was like, "Bro, you were really gonna let me just deflate all the tires?"
That's also the same guy that I've heard fell for the exhaust samples in trash bags. So
Oh yeah,
he's been trying
he's been trying to get
pass
somebody
that,
else back.
Yeah.
pass that torch
Yeah,
along.
I did hear that he had to do that. Yeah,
That's funny. No, one time we were at Station 2, and I was in the bathroom in the bay, and I wasn't taking a shit, I was pissing, and I'm sitting there.
Thanks for letting us know.
Probably should just edit that out.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm in the bathroom, and I hear a bunch of giggling outside the door, and I'm like, what is going on out there? And then all of a sudden they got the air compressor hose and just starts blasting air. Turns out it was flour, and they just have flour at the crack on the bottom of the door, and it's just filling up this bathroom of flour, and it is getting everywhere, man.
Yeah, they did that to me too.
And
I actually did that to... No, it wasn't you.
Who was it?
Because I couldn't find flour. I put powdered sugar.
Well, you slapped my ass with powdered sugar the other day.
Okay, yeah.
I think because you wanted to do flour to someone,
Yeah.
and then we
it
couldn't
didn't
because
work.
we didn't have flour,
Yeah.
which we actually did. It was just in a different cabinet.
oh,
But
typical.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was in there in this bathroom. It's not very big. I mean, and
It's
it
a
is
perfect bathroom for
It
this
is the
stuff.
perfect
yeah,
bathroom
dude,
for
and
it.
it is like hazy. I mean,
It's like coating your mouth.
yeah, dude, I looked like a ghost afterwards. My hat and everything, it was covered in flour. and I opened the door, and it just like it all just came out of the door. Oh, dude, it took forever to get it off, and then like the sink and the toilet just looked like a bunch of biscuits. It was just pulling up in there.
Oh man,
That's so funny.
Classic.
Heath?
well, I remember I had like just started in the fire service and like always wash the dishes. Like that's your job, right?
Oh yeah, we did this to Michael the other
We
day.
did this to Braxton.
Yeah, and I've watched and I've washed the dishes multiple times at this point, and like the captain came up, he's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Washing the dishes." Like, where's the punchline?
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, "No, you're doing it all wrong. Fill this sink up. Quit being lazy." And I was like, "Okay, yes sir." So I filled up I plugged it and filled up that whole sink, and I'm just sitting there washing it, and I mean, just big old bubbles in there. He's like, "No, you gotta put some Dawn in there." I was like, "Yes sir." So there's like water, and then there's like 3 inches of foam on top of this. And then I'm just washing it. Next thing I know, here comes flying a cast iron pan in there. Just boom! And just everywhere, dude.
This is not the one I thought he was talking
This
about.
isn't the one I thought I was talking about.
Yeah. And they were like, "Yeah, what do you think about that, man?"
I don't really think anything about it.
Yeah, I
you
think
got
I'm wet.
me. You got me, man.
No, the one I think
Wet and soapy.
when you're passing the dishes behind
Yeah,
their back.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we did that to our lieutenant the other day, because he is so. You know how it's always like you never let your officer do the dishes, like the grunt work like that.
Mhm.
Well, my lieutenant is persistent that he does some of them. So if he gets done eating before anybody, he sprints over there and starts doing dishes. And so we're like, okay, you're gonna get it now. So he's up there and he's handing me the dishes, and Connor's behind me, and I dry it off, and I just go like this, and he takes it. He just gets ketchup and just squirts it on there. He puts it back on the table, and Michael just grabs it, just does his old thing, hands it to me. Same thing. We did it like 4 or 5 rounds.
Oh,
he didn't notice it. He goes. Because I could see the confusion. He just grabs it and kind of looks at me, and I'm like, "Can you hurry up, please?" And then he starts doing it again, hands it back to me, and then he turns around and goes, "Well, I can't say exactly what he said, but he goes, 'Unreal,'" and he just starts laughing. Oh, that one's classic. That one's a lot of fun.
Have y'all ever started like a shift war between shifts or between stations?
I think it's kind of
Old.
there's already like a
I know what you're trying to say.
vendetta
Yeah.
against other shifts.
Oh yeah.
It's just unspoken.
Yeah.
Nothing has to be done
Right.
to start one, but
Yeah.
We didn't start a shift war, but we started a pretty good Nerf war
Oh yeah. That was
with,
fun.
with me, you, Pedro, and Ransom.
Cap. Yeah.
But no, Cap.
Oh, yeah, no,
Cap
Cap-
was having a meeting with Chief
Yeah.
as we're like ducking in between them and around them and shooting each other with Nerf guns.
Like a girl. You're right there.
I've been here for like 3 months, so I was having the time of my life.
Yeah, just a bunch of children, dude. And our operations chief is in the kitchen with our captain having a meeting, and we're just. And this isn't like in a separate room. I mean, it is like you can see the living room from the kitchen. So we are literally sprinting around, just like pouring sweat, like just having this hour-and-a-half Nerf war.
That was great.
It was insane. And then our chief, he's about to leave. He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna get out of here so you can get back to controlling your daycare." And of course, he just leaves. And
Then we were known as a daycare for a while.
yeah, and then that became the daycare ship. But
It's hilarious.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
No, I mean, well, if there's one of the stations is out on a call and we have to go over to there, we'll like pile stuff up in front of the bay door, or like open all the. Pedro's loves to open all the doors, the hood. I mean, he opens up everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And he used to do it on all the units, so you'd have to go to each one and close everything.
Oh yeah.
No, it was
we had a
hilarious.
little dress-up party last night in my bedroom.
We did actually.
What?
One of your, well, he's not on your shift. Never mind. But he's from another shift. He got called in, and he just left his clothes out and about. So me and Rustin tried him on and took some pictures.
BP.
If you want to
Yep.
get that picture up on there.
It's this one right here.
Oh my god.
No, his clothes don't fit us for sure.
Obviously, as you just saw,
Yeah, but
peak male performance there. By the way,
Oh yeah. That's the male standard. You remember that time when we got brand new gear in and one of the guys was not there for
I
it?
sure do. I have those pictures
You gonna
too.
show those pictures to
I
him?
might show one little taste.
just like a little quick, like
You know what's so funny is so when all that gear came in, we called him upstairs like, you need to come up here. So he comes upstairs and I'm like, you need to put this gear on and nothing but your underwear. And he goes, I'm on it. And so he does it and we take all these pictures.
Dude, I dive in 100%, pretty much for anything sexual.
It's not that hard to get him naked. Anyway, so sorry, Lauren. So a year and a half later, I get like those like memory photos.
oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, we're on 24s at this point. So I sent those pictures to our old A shift group. Didn't say nothing. I just sent them. And then that guy goes, "Are you kidding me?"
Is that my gear?
We're like, yes, it is.
But we all know how much Weston loves to be touchy feely.
Oh, dude,
being
yeah.
naked in his gear really warmed him up.
Oh, it's so funny. He was just appalled.
Yeah, like what are
Classic.
you gonna do about it? It was
Yeah,
a year ago.
he goes, if I had known, I would have burned the gear. Like, that's why we didn't tell you. Oh.
Y'all ever leg wrestle on your shift, dude?
Did that
we
when
had
I
time-
started.
Yeah.
That also reminds me, I really miss the padded room at Station 1.
Yeah.
We had a padded room for the sheriff's deputies.
I only got to go in there
do all
one
their
time.
defensive tactics.
Yeah.
Well, one time we went in there for a leg wrestle, and it went a little sideways, and I was one of the participants, and I just didn't like what happened, and someone had like LARPing swords in there. And I just proceeded to just beat the shit out of anyone in my sight. Like, anyone that was in that room, they were getting it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's
but I missed
amazing.
the padded room.
Yeah, I only got to go in there one time, and then they took it all out.
Yeah.
Good times.
Went in there a couple times too, but it wasn't anything. Me and Hamby we found some boxing gloves in the what's now the bunk room, and we went in there and we started fighting.
Nice.
We just went at it, dude. And
If you-
we used to have a video of it. I don't know if it's still around, but
You know, if you're looking to get into the fire service, it's really just like a rat house.
Pure professionalism.
Oh
is
yes,
what you're
that's
trying
what
to
that's
say.
what I was trying to say.
Nerf wars, leg wrestling, it turns into a LARPing fight.
One time, I came along for it was a foster home inspection, and like one of these people was taking us to all these various houses at this foster home, and it's me, a company officer, I'm just a firefighter, and then a district chief, and this guy who works there that was just taking us around building to building.
Mhm.
And I'm just looking around, I'm just like, oh, yeah. And I come around the corner, and I just get like, I just hear, and get shot in the face with a Nerf dart from our district chief. And that dude that's walking us around is just like staring at us, and I was like, it's my boss. And he just took off running after he shot me like a child.
That is amazing.
Just stuff like that. You're like, I think I'm in the right place.
Yeah. Yeah, we really just play around all day. We do our chores and training, and then we just it playtime. So
Oh yeah,
Yep.
it's a
But
great
People
time.
get really mad to hear that, probably, that we just goof off a lot of time. And not a lot of time. Obviously, we all know when to go back to work. But
that's right.
there's,
There's a time to work and a
Yeah.
time to play.
So that kind of leads into
Yeah,
it.
can
Do
I
you
have
pull
fun?
pranks on your officers?
yes.
Absolutely.
That was so quick. Yes.
We have this one right here.
No, I keep still waiting for retaliation from that.
I know.
I think
No,
he's
it's
like
not.
kind of low-key salty about it.
Because
I did.
He sounded very mad when we dumped ice on him, or when he.
Oh
dumped ice
yeah, that one.
He locked the door thinking, "Oh, that'll stop him."
on him. Well, so I started to open because it was unlocked. So I started to open the door, and then it slams in my face, and he said he was naked, looking in the mirror at his underwear like this because he had a hole in it. And so I almost, if I'd opened the door, I would have saw right into the mirror, and then
we
saw
were like at waist level. We were like bending down, being all like.
and then saw my captain's just junk just right there in the mirror. That'd have been hilarious. That'd have been even funnier than the ice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, we proceeded to pick the lock very easily. Actually,
Yeah, he just slid.
I
it
thought
was
he
easy.
would be proud of us. You know,
I mean, yeah, no, it was really.
for demonstrating some pretty good soft entry skills.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, we also have that mannequin head at Station 2. When
oh,
we first started on shift, that
dude.
that was the way to get people. We love to scare. I love to scare him.
Those are always tough.
He's so
like
easy
I
to
tried to
scare,
scare
though.
Ivan. Like I thought it would be so
He
good.
tried
Yeah, I
to scare
saw that
Ivan, and
video.
Ivan was like,
Yeah, he just stared at me, and we kind of just made eye contact for a second. I was like, all right.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
It's like, why are you staring me down, dude? Like for a second, I thought he was like trying to like square up to me. I'm like, are we doing this right now?
Well, maybe he was wanting to kiss you.
One time, I tried to prank a guy, and he did not like it. So I mean,
like
Everyone else thought it
what
was
kind of
funny.
prank?
this guy was just talking smack. You know, I just started driving the engine, and he was all talking about how I was such a bad driver back there, and I could just hear him. And we just went and got a belly wash at the local stop and go, and we're leaving, and I can just hear him back there just talking. And so I'm pulling out of the parking lot, and I just go give it a little whoop, and I just hear like 3 drinks spill back there. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh my god, what happened? Are you okay?" Yeah, but it was funny because then he got all mad about it, and then the officer was like, "Dude, you need to chill out. That was pretty hilarious."
Oh, that's awesome.
Sometimes they don't always get taken good. The worst, honestly, is like when there's no reaction, then you're just like,
All right. Yeah.
Like when you try to
Awkward.
scare somebody,
See ya.
and then you don't scare them, and you're like, all right, whip.
the other night, I just stood in Rustin's bedroom.
He just so I was because we have bedrooms at Station 2, and so
I was in there long enough that I was like, okay. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I've been here too long now. That, like, I think that this might be a problem when he does see me. I was just almost just coming to peace with the fact that I was just going to wait for you to go to sleep. And then I would just leave.
so I walk in my room. He's like, we have this little like indention. It's like a closet thing, and he's over around the corner in that indention in the wall, and I didn't see him at all. And like, dude, I took my shirt off, I took my slides off, I was about to get in the bed, and then I see something out of the corner of my eye, and it internally scared the shit out of me. But like, I was like, like just kind of froze.
Just
And
one of those,
and he
like,
was over there without a shirt and a towel, and he was like, just staring at me. And for a split second, I was like really freaked out because I thought it was a ghost. So, Station 2 has a ghost, by the way.
Oh, so does Station 1.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty pale too, so I mean that doesn't help my case. But yeah, no, I was there for a while, and then I was just waiting for the right moment, and that moment was quickly gone, and I was like, okay, I've been in here too long now, and this is gonna be weird.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I remember one time, talking about getting scared, in my previous department, this was at like 3 in the morning, okay? And I'm laying in my bunk, and I like felt something grab my foot, so I look up, and this guy had a golf club and a black blanket, and he was hiding behind it, just holding it up. So when I open my eyes, it is just a black figure, and I'm like, oh! I'm like trying to be quiet because my captain at that time, if you woke him up, hell was breaking loose. So I'm like, oh. And so I'm just like frozen in fear. Like if I don't move, it'll just go away. That was literally the thought of my mind. And then,
Sleep paralysis.
yeah. And then it starts to move towards me.
Oh no.
And then his name was Bobby. He drops it, and his like tears are just like pouring out of his face. He's just like laughing so hard, and I'm like, you motherfucker, and like trying to punch him and shit. We're trying to be quiet, dude. But that was an amazing prank. And then the guy that was. There was another rookie at the time that him and I started together. I was like, you gotta go get him because he's more skittish than I am.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And so he goes over and I'm laying there listening and I hear and then I hear everybody punched him. He swung at him and they're both dying laughing. And then I want to say we thought we woke up Cat, but I don't think we did because
That's so funny.
oh dude, but that was a great prank. Worth it.
I'll work and help clean up afterwards. It's a pretty good prank.
So
Absolutely.
funny.
Have you ever had a training that you're like, man, I'm maybe a little embarrassed about, or I'm glad that didn't happen in real life?
I think anything with like confined space with wire box.
Oh yeah.
I'm really glad. Like I remember we did one. And it was me, Pedro, you, and Ransom, and we had to go through the long black tunnel into the elbow, and then into the wire box.
Yeah. I remember that one.
I got out of there was like a gap in between the elbow noodle and the wire box, and I get out of the elbow, and I had told it I was like, because I think it was like my 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
And I was like pretty nervous, like kind of nervous, not gonna lie. And so I was like, stay near me. So I get out of the elbow and I'm like, Nate, are you here? And he was like, yeah, I'm right here. I'm like, freaking out a little bit, man. He's like, just relax. And then I go in the wire box and I back right out. And I was like, nah, I don't think I like this. Then they made me go through it. But
It hurts.
yeah, so dude, I'm
Too damn bad.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. No, I'm really glad that was not a real.
Yeah.
That's not a real thing. And
That's what's funny is like,
variable could be at one point, but
they flashed a room, like your first days of live fire in the academy, and they like just get this room really hot, and you just basically watch the fire behavior and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they got it way too hot, and I remember, I think if one person would have like been like, I would like to leave, and like raise their hand, I think all of us would be like, you know what, yeah, I'll go with him, yeah.
Just gonna go check on him.
Yeah.
We made it out, and they were even telling us, they're like, that's not even close to a real thing, okay? I hope all of you know that. And like after all these trainings that we do and stuff, like in the academy, they were like, this doesn't even touch the surface of what it's actually like. And I remember being like, oh my god.
That's
like, are they being for real?
That's not good.
No, but I'm the same way with confined spaces, and because I tell everyone that we teach how to go through the wire box and entanglement stuff, it's like, realistically, I'm going to cut every wire until they're about that big.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, you know what, I'm just going to feel them and be like, nah.
I'm
going somewhere else.
I don't think I'm going to go in that
I'll just
place.
find an alternative route.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. I think anything confined space is... Well, other than that one I mentioned earlier about that dude forgetting the bag, something like that would be...
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, nobody wants to...
Yeah, that'd be very, very bad. But...
yeah. And we do crazy stuff. Like, we did like the 500-pound drill. And we did it one time, and he's one of our chiefs now, but they were doing it as a company, and I was still on 8 to 5 in my orientation. I was watching them go through because I had already done it, and they give you a bottle with 500 psi, put you in the middle of the simulation house, and they're like, find your way out, as like an emergency, and they get your heart rate up beforehand and do all that. And like I was just watching him, and he found a wall, and he's like following it, and I'm standing against a wall, and like he's like hitting the wall super hard.
Oh no.
And like he hits me and realizes it's someone, and he just pushes, and I guess he was like mad already, but like the modular walls of the Sims house, like it was just like one of those like silent movies, like all the walls just started falling. I fell, like the modular walls just start falling, and I was just like, ugh!
No.
Oh my god.
But then I was like, man, I hope that.
Hope that never happens.
Yeah, I was like, hopefully I'm never in that situation. But you know what? I don't blame you. I may have reacted the same way.
Yep.
Oh man.
That's funny.
Big thing is, I mean, with all this, I mean, you've got to have fun. You've got to have fun at work.
Gotta have fun.
I know some people, it's like, no, we're serious all the time. But, I mean, you hang out with guys as long as we do for an extensive amount of time as we do, like, you've got to have fun somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you're not having fun, like, you're doing it wrong.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
absolutely. I mean, you're there for 24 hours. Why not have at least some fun?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all immature. So.
Very. The one thing we probably should mention is if you're a rookie, don't pull pranks on your officers. Just don't.
Yeah, do it.
Maybe stand back and watch.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have pranks pulled on you, but do not be the one to initiate them because
Yeah.
it'll not work out for you, bro.
So we had told a guy one time, we were like,
Because this
hey,
will happen.
hey, you're the new guy on crew. I was the lowest man on the totem pole, man. Like, I know what it's like. So, Cap, he doesn't want to talk about it. Don't bring it up to him during the day or anything. But he has to wake up at midnight every night to take his heart medication. His wife does it for him at home. He stays the night up here, so someone has to do it. I've been doing it for the past year. So this is me passing on the torch. And most people are like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the past couple times I've tried to do it here, it hasn't worked. But
Yeah.
one time, it did. And I just happened to be there for it. And they were just, this kid was like, okay, yeah, okay.
Is it
Yeah.
the one I'm thinking of?
No.
Is this a different department?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I think you're talking about...
No.
Okay.
I've tried it here. And
It hasn't
hasn't
stuck
worked.
yet?
No.
Okay.
But we're all waiting around, and we're like, 10:30, we're like, all right, good night. And then, it's like 11:50 rolls around, and we're all like, kind of like staring at each other like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it tonight? And then you would hear an alarm go off.
Oh, no.
Like 3 minutes before. And we saw this guy just walk over into the captain's room. And you just hear like, what the hell? And he just walked back to his room, and he's like, you guys are assholes. So, if someone does not do that from hearing this, I would be sorely disappointed. But
Yeah,
it's a great one.
I mean, that is a really good
That
one.
is a funny one.
So,
It's our medication.
no. But, so, guys, we really appreciate you listening. If you're looking to get into the fire service, it's an awesome career to get into. You get to have fun with your buddies all the time. So, and just keep commenting, keep watching all our social medias, YouTube, and we're on Spotify too. So if you can't watch us, you can listen to us. And then we got Facebook. You can reach out on there, and if there's something you want answered, you can ask us on there. Or y'all got anything else?
Stay hard.
Just stay hard.
Stay hard.
Stay hard.
Hopefully, merch will be coming soon.
Yep.
Be on the lookout for that.
God.
Got him, dude.
Dang.
You're
Be
welcome.
on the lookout for merch. We're also hoping to kind of get set up with doing some virtual interviews,
Yes.
some Zoom calls
We'd like
with
to try to
some
get that done.
people.
Mm-hmm.
So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, so that's things coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, we got some good episodes coming up, y'all.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right, train hard,
tuned.
keep pushing. We'll see you.
See you guys.
Stay hard.
We'll be right back.